Okay, what this video map, you can see that all of the middle regions have combined from many tribes to just one. And Rome is now dozens of regions with all sorts of names. The map alone will leave you confused at this point. How's Rome ripped apart and the roads that built it puts their enemies together? I was confused. How is Rome gone while the Middle East has become unified? Their borders, their roads are still connected as one. Their commerce is still the same. Their delivery system is still the same. In order to find out, I had to dig through the records of Roman culture and history. I had to figure out what they sold, what they imported, and who they did business with. But nothing told the story of Rome like its succession of its leaders. Most of the leaders of Rome are fine, except those that persecute people. Some leaders are harsh, but most all of their leaders favor Christians, Jews, and Muslims. And this, in the first year of our Lord Jesus Christ, there was an onset and a drove of people that went and settled in Rome. And a drove of Romans people that went to the Middle East, both directions. The evidence of their clothing, their food, their deliveries, their transportation systems, their monies, their religion, and the same road built some 1,000 years ago. Now this is the important part. So listen, how you acquired land before Rome is still a fiefdom. However, the king is the republic, and acquiring land is only given to those of certain stature. See, by the end of Rome rule, any citizen can gain the status to acquire land. Before you couldn't, after you can. With this evidence, anyone who has money and status will have the ability to own a piece of Rome. You're talking about slaves in Africa that's never even heard of Rome, is now a citizen and can buy it. That's interesting, because I didn't see how that helps me find out how Rome fell. Now, until a few months later, when I'm searching all kinds of stuff in Rome for months, and I'm not finding anything that says is burnt up. I'm like, what's going on here? See, not until a few months later, when the 2022 statewide voting came up, and there was voting, there was a vote. Man, it took me. I never figured it out. I never found out how Rome fell. What happened is 2022 election came up, okay, and we had a vote. We had to vote on redistricting, which is a police power. You see, but they must ask to use that power. What is redistricting? Redistricting splits up a given area of the city into two or more parts. You see, when the population rises, it gets harder to service the same places with more people. So what redistricting does? It splits the region into manageable parts. See, that region will get a new school, a new bus line, a new fire department, a new police station, and a seat in the Senate to handle problems of that region. And then it hit me right then. Rome may not be falling, but exploding. This revelation led me to the time when Rome first split. And it starts with twin brothers. And at this point, two brothers are said to be fighting for one throne. But my evidence shows a different story. Rome had come up with a technology that set themselves apart. The road they made was the type of road that could be ripped up and rebuilt. Not only they had a monopoly on roads, they had a monopoly on safety while traveling these roads. This state had united the West and the East, and their name was known throughout the world. And now they are changing the world with this one act. They changed the entire existence of man. In all the history of man, kingdoms have come and gone. Rome and all that it has touched, and all that has touched her, no longer disappear. Rome didn't fall. It grew. It grew too big to control by one organization. Rome is now breaking up into smaller, manageable pieces. Thank you for joining me on the Belfield Show. I would like you to like, comment, subscribe, share, and post. That's all for this time. Whoo! Empires, y'all. See y'all next time on the Belfield Show. Gotta go. Gotta go. Woo-hoo. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Gotta go.